light is the fastest known thing in the cosmos. It also serves as a cosmic speed limit, defining the maximum speed at which stuff may physically travel through space. However, light has a half-life in darkness since the two cannot exist in the same place at the same time. Hello and welcome to Z. And today we're going to tackle an unusual question: how fast does dark travel? Do you require answers to the major questions? Then why not subscribe to Z for more videos like this one and ring the bell for more thought-provoking contents. Everyone knows that nothing moves faster than light, but is this true? In some ways, maybe even most ways, it is. But it's also an idea, a statement with an asterisk next to it. To some extent, light is not necessarily the most rapid thing in the universe. But let's take a step back. The speed of light was measured for the first time in 1676, when Danish astronomer Ole Romer used it to calculate how long eclipses of Jupiter's moon Io took to pass. Prior to it, most scientists believed that light speed was probably infinite. Ole Romer's original computation, while sound, turned out to be slightly off. However, after a few changes over the years, we currently know that light travels at approximately 186,000 miles per second, 300,000 kilometers per second. However, this is only true in terms of how fast it travels in a vacuum. When light travels through various mediums, its speed changes, and light can also scatter through a prism. On Earth, the periodic separation of light as a rainbow is one manifestation of this. The funny thing about darkness is that it is difficult to track, measure, or even contemplate. Because darkness is simply the absence of light, common sense would suggest that these two fundamental opposites, light and darkness, should travel at the same pace, but this is not always the case. Darkness can sometimes outrun light under certain situations. Shadows are the most basic, well-known, and universal illustration of this. From the New York Times to Sauce, practically every explanation of dark uses shadows as a doorway into how it really works. The point is, shadows projected onto a distant enough surface can potentially, seemingly, exceed the cosmic speed limit. Cast a shadow, move it around, and that patch of dark can travel much faster than the light that surrounds it. At least, that's how it appears. Darkness is something that can travel faster than light while not violating any physical rules. Other phenomena, such as the expansion of the cosmos, can also achieve this. Expansion demonstrates that every galaxy, or galaxy cluster, is rapidly moving apart from each other, and the most distant galaxies are actually retreating at velocities faster than light. However, the universe is not breaking any rules here because the fabric of the universe is expanding. Because the fabric of the universe does not technically exist within the universe, it does not have to respect all of the same laws. Quantum particles are another something that appears to break the speed of light. According to research, quantum particles can interact with each other at speeds faster than light. However, scientists have yet to discover a means to transmit information through them. And this is where one of light's unique characteristics come into play. It is the fastest thing that can carry information or communicate with whatever it is passing through. But, returning to darkness, one could legitimately argue that darkness, too, communicates. However, the complexities at work can be explained with a shadow puppet thinking experiment. Assume you're putting on a shadow puppet show for the entire solar system, so you set up a giant, millions of miles wide screen somewhere in the void between planets and shine a light even brighter and more powerful than the sun's. Position yourself between the light source and the screen right, and you'll be able to move your puppets from one side of the screen to the other, a voyage of millions of kilometers, with a flick of your wrist. The darkness you're projecting is on one side of your massive canvas 1 minute, then on the other. Not even light can travel as swiftly as you appear to have moved the dark. But here's the catch. The light you use to cast your shadow will still have traveled at the speed of light to reach the screen. Yes, you'll have zapped black across your target far faster from there, but darkness is, in some ways, what light creates. The black within the shadow does not move since it does not exist without the speed of the light that is not the shadow. Similarly, if the sun stopped shining for whatever reason, it would only take a little more than 8 minutes for Earth to go black. We're no longer dealing with shadows, but with a complete lack of light. However, the same basic laws apply. It takes a little more than 8 minutes for light particles from the sun to reach us, so it would likewise take that long for the final rays of light and then dark to reach Earth. However, the approaching night would not and could never shorten that time. As a result, the problem can be separated into two halves. Depending on who you ask, some scientists will state that darkness moves at the same speed as light, while others would disagree, largely because it's probably not a question worth asking. Some say that darkness has no speed at all because it isn't genuinely existent. Light exists, and light waves are an observable reality, but darkness is merely the absence of light. It is without light, but it also cannot live without light. As a result, asking how fast dark can travel is illogical. Astrophysicist Neil deGrasse Tyson likened it to wondering what kind of cheese the moon is composed of. Yes, grammatically, it is a question, but logically, it does not have a serious answer. deGrasse Tyson goes on to claim that if dark is the absence of light, then dark has no speed at all. In certain ways, you could say that the dark has a speed of 0. It's a difficult notion to grasp, but the reason black appears to travel quicker than light is because nothing can outspeed light, and dark is absolutely nothing. What matters most about the cosmic speed limit is the ability to communicate, to pass information at that speed. It wouldn't matter if you expanded your shadow puppet empire to the point where you could put on a show on a screen that stretched across the entire cosmos. You'd still be sending no actual new information with your shadows, other than the absence of light, the conditions for which would have taken light speed to occur. Finally, the speed of darkness is determined by how the darkness is defined. We've largely focused on the absence of light and shadows in this video, but we could broaden the scope to include other cosmic occurrences at varying speeds. Dark matter and dark energy are introduced. Actually, dark matter and dark energy are called that because scientists have yet to shed non-literal light on what these intriguing notions could be. Nonetheless, some researchers have attempted to estimate the speed of dark matter, with one 2013 study hypothesizing that dark matter flows at 54 meters per second, 177 feet per second. Similarly, black holes provide another option. We know that the gravity of a black hole is so powerful that even light cannot escape. Could the darkness be thought to be faster in this case? In one sense, yes, but in the majority of cases, no. Again, no physical rules are broken until at least the event horizon of a black hole, after which many laws do break down. But, for the time being, the dark is surpassing the light. Nonetheless, there are some proposals for faster-than-light travel based on wormholes constructed from black holes and related white holes, so science appears to see more links in the future. For the time being, depending on your definition, asking how quick dark is could be compared to asking what came before the Big Bang. Both sound like reasonable questions, but depending on your perspective on science, none has an answer. Still, if you consider dark to be the absence of light and technically nothing, and you realize that nothing is quicker than light, then that is the speed of dark. What are your thoughts? Is there anything we left out? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell to stay up to date on our latest content.